With Ark Survival Ascended finally released and in our hands, we now have a roadmap of the future and what it holds for Ark Survival Ascended. There are many new additions coming to Ark like paid skins, survival of the fittest, cryopods, trains, cross-server transfers and new teams, as well as delays on the new maps. So today we're covering the top 10 features and additions coming to the future of Ark Survival Ascended in no particular order. So first up we have paid skins. Now we have release details of the skins for Ark Survival Ascended. We knew there was a new skins tab, so it was just a matter of time until we found out what the skins would look like, and here they are. We have Krampus, a Devil Santa from Pagan Origins, and then with Scorched Earth we're going to get these new Pioneer outfits. And these Pioneer outfits are going to be a paid DLC that will apparently come with the train and train tracks and bar games. So this will be interesting to see on PvP, and it'll be interesting to see whether this is pay to win. Hopefully the train isn't a raiding tool. We also have news of building skins coming with this week's Turkey trial, which could be very cool. So I think of Rust with their building skins. If we could have a variety of skins for Ark, that would be amazing. It would add to the game's new fresh coat of paint. The only thing I hope is that if we pay for skins, the money goes back into the game for adequate server support. I don't have a problem with skins personally. What do you guys think of this change? I think it's good if they can use this money to support the game, and as long as the skins don't give players an advantage over other players on PvP. Apparently for each map we will get sister expansion packs like this, so at least it's optional to pay for them, but we are getting a lot of skins coming in the future with each new DLC. It kind of feels a little bit dirty because they said we weren't paying for the DLCs, and they're still making a way to pay for it, but at least it's optional. Next up we have the return of Survival of the Fittest, or SOTF. Survival of the Fittest is set to come to Ark Survival Ascended this month, in December. Survival of the Fittest, for those who don't know, is Ark set in a Fortnite style game mode. Survivors spawn in and fight each other. So this will be fresh content to PvP on, and hopefully they integrate the new skin systems in here as prizes to give us motivation. It would be cool to see a battle pass style system of unlocks. It would be awesome if you could transfer the skins from Survival of the Fittest into base game Ark. That would be a great integration. We don't know that they're doing this yet, but Survival of the Fittest is coming, and it will also be able to be modded, so modders can expand the meta and change the game type, making for many varied experiences, hopefully. The only problem is Innie will probably still be in the game, making it easy for players to cheat, so that will need to be fixed first, because at the moment you can delete all the map textures, so it'll make game modes like this basically impossible. So hopefully that gets fixed first. And next up we have new creatures. We have some new leaks of the new tames coming to Ark Survival Ascended. We have a picture of the Facilocious, and it looks huge and monstrous. Sorry if I butchered that name, but this thing buries in the sand like a sandworm, and you knock it out by directing it to hit rocks. So it sounds very cool and it looks amazing as well. And we also have these other tames set for the future DLCs, like we got with the Rhinoganathia for the island. We've got the Dreadnoughtus coming on extinction, the Facilocious for a Scorched Earth, Gigantoraptor for Ragnarok DLC, and the Shastasaurus for the Center DLC, as well as the Yeeling on Aberration. So lots of new creatures and meta shakeup coming with the new DLCs to keep the game a little bit more interesting when we get the new additions. And this brings us to the new maps and huge delays. So the devs showed us a new roadmap with the release dates that they have for the new maps and DLCs. We now know that Scorched Earth won't be coming until March 2024. I thought it was going to come out in January or February at least, but it's not coming till March 2024, as you can see here. And after that we have the Center on May 2024, Aberration July 2024, and new DLC maps every 2 months afterwards. But I think with Scorched Earth taking 4 months, I think these other maps will take at least 3, so take this with a big grain of salt. I think these will be further delayed as well, and I would expect each map to be at least a month or two late from this roadmap that we have here. So it will be a very long wait from now until March to get Scorched Earth. The reason that there's pushback is because there's a lot of map changes, like new caves and areas, so this will take time for them to develop. Scorched is getting new caves, and I think the new caves are going to be artifact caves, and there's probably 2 new bosses and a tech cave, which they were originally going to add to Ark Survival Evolved. This would actually explain the delayed launch. There is also a surprise project listed, which I guess will be the new paid DLC story map that we haven't heard much on yet, and that is scheduled to release next year in November. Next up, we have the much anticipated release of Cryopods. Cryopods are actually back far sooner than I expected. They're back in 2 weeks' time. The devs stated mostly for server performance issues, as the servers are already struggling and players are hitting dyno cap on many servers. So this means the rat hole life will be viable again, at least once they get rid of console commands, as at the moment you can't hide. But Cryopods will be a great addition to have back in the game in a lot of ways, although I've enjoyed the mixed up meta with no Cryopods. It has been fun to experience Ark in an old school way again. But for Cryopod lovers, you can rejoice because they're back in 2 weeks' time. So this will mean a lot smaller base spots are going to be a lot more viable. And it's going to shake up the meta to the game again. Next up, we have server transfers for PvP and PvE official servers. We don't have concrete timing on server transfers yet, but there are statements that the devs are talking about it internally to decide on a time to release server transfers. I think and hope it'll be after Christmas so we can sleep around Christmas time and not have to worry about cross-server raiders, but I think it'll be very early in the next year to keep the servers fresh and action-packed on PvP because of the big wait for Scorched Earth, and this will keep people active and staying on the official servers at least for a little while longer. Next up, we have word that server stability will be a huge goal for Wildcard to achieve in 2024 and beyond. Ark, Jeremy, and Jesse were on a live stream and they said the Ark servers are ass.
Servers are ass. You run like ass and their stability is ass.
The realest I've ever seen any Wildcard devs, and it was great to see that they know how bad the servers are performing, and with the help of Cryopods, I presume in the next couple of weeks, this will help to alleviate some of the server issues and the lag on the servers right now. If you're playing on live servers, you know what I'm talking about. Next up, we have new mods and mod integration into the base game on official possibly. Jeremy has talked about it. Jeremy has talked about modding official servers, so this will be interesting to see. Modding will be integrated far more into Ark Survival Ascended than previously before. But the caveat is some of these mods will be paid for, but the mods may be as big as Ark DLCs. So even with the gap in maps, with the mod integration, we should have a lot more fresh content with modding and more integration of it on official servers possibly. This will be interesting to see. Again, hopefully the mods don't cost too much, but if they are a DLC worth of mods and it's a huge expansion, then I would say the value may be there. And if it's fresh content for us, I don't think we will complain, as it will support the mod creators as well, which is a great thing. And next up, we have news on the animated series, which has been pushed to 2024, but it is in post-production and still in the pipeline. So we didn't have much word on the animated series for a longest time, but now we know it's still been in the works, and it's going to be coming out sometime in 2024. So this will be great. This might bring some new eyes to Ark, and it'll be interesting to see how the series does. We have a sneak peek of another still from the series, and apparently Gareth Coker has recorded over 100 hours of soundtrack for the series. So with Gareth Coker doing the audio, we know at least that part's going to be amazing, and I think the whole series will be, especially if they've taken this extra time to finish it off. Next up, we have no Ark 2 announcement, and this was the biggest shock to a lot of people. Ark 2 was not mentioned once in the live streams, and this indicates that the devs are all focused on Ark Survival Ascended and making it the best they can be and making it an evergreen content farm for them so they can keep it going for a lot longer. I think the devs have realized that survival games like Ark, Rust and DayZ can last forever if they're supported by good modding and a good community to keep them fresh. So these are a lot of new changes coming to Ark Survival Ascended in 2024 and beyond. What do you guys think of them? I think they're going to be great, but I also want to see the extra money they're going to make from these go back into the game to support it and make it the best it can be. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a like on it and subscribe to the channel. I cover all PvP content related to Ark Survival Ascended. I'll see you guys in the next one.